ArF as Zeus, which is expected, Thorgale Oranos, and Lyre Loki. As for dots, Oranos Rangers, J4 Thor, what else, and Fox Isis also, what else. So this should be pretty fun. And again, we should be seeing some nice, fast, heroic from Fox, I would expect. On the bottom we have spawn of Dot, and J4 is the first we see. And right now he sees those pigs. And where is the first hunt? Well, it seems to be out of his line of sight. Probably here, because that's the closest to his TC, and he's going there, fishing for it, and finds it. Yep, that was a good guess as well. Moving on to next dot, that is Rangers, who is playing pocket right now. As an Oranos, his starting position is a little bit better. He at least sees his hunt near his TC, otherwise safe goal that is close to him, and another very nice. And just now J4 saying that it's nice that Fox is on the side, and I would guess so as well. With his fast heroic, that's going to be a tough deal for ArF. Moving on to the last dot, who is Fox, also pretty decent spot for his first hunt, and Cranes here as well. So he also seems to be kinda cut off. There seems to be water running to the right side, maybe a bit to this wood, and here is cut off, so he will be having an easy time actually walling himself in. Moving in to ArF, that's Lyre. Also pretty decent early spot there. Scouting with his picks, saved by gold, and hippos here, so safe food as well. Pretty nice. And moving on, Thorgale as the red, and Oranos as well, the same as Rangers. His hunt is also close by, complemented by 2 hippos, that's pretty sweet, and on the minimap we see 2 yellow dots representing by gold. Moving on to the last one, and that is Zeus ArF, the best player of the ArF French team. Sweet spot for his hunt, already building a house near his tower, expecting some kind of rush probably, or any attack whatsoever, so trying to make it secure. And well, pretty sweet spot for food here as well if he needs to be defensive. Players are scouting pretty much okay. They seem to be having a good line of sight on their opponents so far, so let's look at some of the TCs. This is a third from J4. This is very close to him, so shouldn't really be threatened by his opponent at ArF for stealing. This is third from Rangers. That's very sweet position, and yeah, as you can see, the map is really nice for Fox to easily wall, and he's already gathered first relic, and that is a better villager gold getter, right? As if Isis needed that with the prosperity. Okay, well, this will be a fun game for this Isis. Another relic is 2 lions, and his third TC is pretty sweetly positioned, I think. It will be very important because it's very close to Lyre as well. So it will really depend if Fox is able to secure it with his first Migdol, or if it is not stolen by a Lyre in the meantime. Third TCs for ArF are pretty much in the middle of the map. It's not really ideal, but it gives them quite valuable strategic positions, so it could come in handy later in the game. Another relic is cheaper myth units, great. Better infantry attack versus Titans, that could be good for J4 and Ragnarok against Titans. Better hero damage myth units, that's exactly the same. These 2 relics are pretty sweet for Heroes of Ragnarok against Titan. And this is probably the last I didn't see. No, I saw that, so this will be the last one. Oh, that's better villager food carrying capacity. That could be pretty handy at the early game. So yeah, I would expect maybe ArF to go for it, because yeah, it would really be useful. Okay, we should be seeing some advances pretty soon. J4 just now building temple halfway there, and he will probably be advancing at some decentish time. Moving on Rangers, 50%, so that's 430 advance on Oranos, that's decent. And Fox, of course, not advancing yet. Lyre also halfway there, good. Thorgale 70%, so that's fast. And ArF is not advancing yet, but we already see those two guys get in favor. And praying at the temple, looking forward to the centaur raiding. And he's already looking at the back of Rangers' base to see where the villies will potentially be, so that he can raid as successfully as possible. Looking at the map, really, Dot's position is very well defensible, because all it takes is one wall here, and we can already see Torgale Valorin his oracles and getting J4 out of the hunt. That's pretty important early on. Even though he's advancing, he will be Gold's foot strangled, especially now with the shockwave. That's a decent one. Which means that J4 start will be a bit slower, and maybe Torgale can make use of it. Moving on to some other interesting stuff, ArF is walling up his part of the map so that he's not surprised by some raiding. Same goes for yellow, and I'm going to continue my thought about a very good strategical position of those bottlenecks on that part of the map, because all they have to do is this wall, this wall, this wall, short one here, short ones here, and they are pretty much safe. So they are very closed up, and if they play this correctly, they could be very immune to any kind of raiding. Okay, so we can see ArF stealing a relic, and that's cheaper villagers. Well, that another sweet relic on this map. Marsh is always relic heavy, but this is pretty nice. Okay, so this scout is right now guarding this TC to see what's happening here. I don't think he actually sees the wall being built, if he didn't go there earlier, and he's actually guarding a relic as one. 5% infantry hack armor. Pretty sweet. And you can see first fights going on, or at least attempts at raiding, where Lyre with the two golden lions from the relic trying to go on Fox, but not really successful, because Fox has been able to wall his tower very nicely, already building armory, so that's going to be pass heroic pretty sweetly, and we can see that Fox is being spied. So this of course means that Lyre has to retreat back, and well, that's a sweet play from Lyre. When he can't actually raid a yellow, he's at least using his time to wall Fox in, depriving him of his 3rd TC. That's pretty sweet play. But he better hope that he can withstand the brutal ISIS right there with the 10% relic on gold gathering. In the meantime, ArF is raiding very successfully with his centaurs. That was already one Willy dead, second Willy dead, so good job on this micro-intensive raiding, and well, it will be cut short, at least for the moment, because as you can see, Rangers is helping his clan leader J4 in repelling those guys. But soon Red is coming in, and stuff will get interesting. Purple is still running around trying to fight something. Well, he won't be really lucky in there, because Fox is safely in his base. Right now building barracks, preparing for, seems like standard pre-siege pre-siege spam. 90% through Neftis, so that's decent time, 8 minutes, and kinda interested where the first Migdol is gonna go. These guys are going here, so yeah, this is the drop for the Migdol. So it's a defensive one, as kinda could have been expected, but this is really a tough battle. And if the purple army gets there in time, which it will, okay, this might mean that the Migdol won't be coming up, and that's serious setback for a yellow right there. This is a very defining point in this game, so that's why I'm not really switching to the left side to see the battles, because this is very, very important. And Rangers right now asking if he's okay. Well, not really, because he just lost the gold on the Migdol. The Migdol is not coming up, so where is he going to be built? And that's a pretty sweet army from Lyre. Alright, let's check the left side for a moment, and that's a lot of red going right into J4's base, and he seems like J4 is out of army, just a few guys building second TC, while ArF already has the second TC and all the rest of the army is already in its base, so that's just an exchange of spots there from those two players, while Rangers is helping J4 to do some kind of raiding, but yeah, this is really a tough battle, especially with the healing spring gone. And ArF is joining the fun in J4's base. While this develops for a moment, I'm gonna check the right side, where Fox was just now, with a bit of luck, was able to build his Migdol, but still, Lyra has a pretty decent army, pretty good spawn of the Valkyrie, and he's trying his best to get rid of this Migdol, but once those chariots keep cropping up, might be a fight he won't be able to take care of. He's spawning pretty sweet amount of mythical units, but really, that's not enough, especially against Negi. They will be killed. Right now, it doesn't really seem like Lyra has enough push. It's a shame that his allies can't really help him. But, well, will he make it? Come on, right now you cannot run away. Well, this is very, very close, but seems like going into purpose way. But he should concentrate with everything on the Migdol. And, he will just lose this. That was so close, and this might be turning point in the game for Fox, actually. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So let's go back to the left. How's it looking with J4, who is right now being repelling the attack quite successfully, thanks to the help from Green, his teammate. But ArF is coming in with an army of very nice Hippicons upgraded into mediums, and that's a pretty sweet army, stronger than anything Rangers and J4 can muster at this moment. And with a bit of micro from, well, I expected a bit more centaurs, so that's just one. You can see at the minimap that ArF is already taking 30C. Red is at 2. Well, isn't that 2, but will be soon. Lyre the same. So this seems like a TC advantage is going in ArF's way. Rangers just asking if somebody needs help. That's probably asking to Fox, because right now this battle is done and J4 should be able to defend himself all by himself. So right now Torgale is trying to push against J4, but all he has really to do is go back to his TC and he'll be pretty much fine. He has the buildings close by, so he'll be okay. So let's switch to the right side to see how Fox is doing. Right now he's doing pretty well. When he's defended his Migdol, that was the crucial part there, and saved his skin, because if he lost the second one as well, then he would be in serious trouble. But right now he could come in with everything, and well, this is a ceasefire from ArF. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm thinking that's some kind of misplay, because he was scouting this DC. And I didn't see in the minimap what was really going on. I would expect when you are attacking and play ceasefire that you might be taking some TC like this one. Kinda curious why player isn't actually taking it. But still very interesting. Anyway, I'm just gonna look how is advancing going for these ArF guys. ArF is 40% through Apollo, so that's going to be a real threat quite soon. And I would expect a quick jump into Mythic once he advances. Only one is Fox so far, so yeah, we didn't miss anything. And right now, it seems like a sweet battle between green, teal and red. Red is caught in the middle of two armies, with ArF being nowhere near. Yeah, red sacrificing a bit of his army so that the rest can run away, but not really successful, but because Rangers is able to use his Turmas to actually slow the units down when they're hit. So that's a pretty good micro there. But right now, I would be interested what DoD's think about this advance into Heroic from ArF. On the right side, it seems Fox is pretty much in power of his 30C, so that might be coming up rather sooner rather than later. And he's already looking to raid his purple opponent. Will he get lucky to get those food willies? Ah, he might, but that would require him to go around those towers, and that's something he does not fancy right now. Pretty sweet army from Lyor, so this attack will be repelled very easily, I think, because that's really a lot of units tower here, and that's not really all that enough, but with a bit of micro, those chariots still could do a lot of damage. Looking back at the left side, ArF has returned with his army to attack J4, who was trying to build his 30C, but is deprived of it quite successfully, and right now, oh, now that's a sweet army, but not against all those vermils from red. They would just wreck them. So, okay, and here we go with Ancestors on the right side, where Lyra was trying to build his 30C, and, well, not anymore. So this is going to be a fun battle, but not really sure about those Ancestors against Hersirs, but still, it should give him some more units to help his other better units against those Hersirs to actually do some damage. Right now you can see that the battle is going for Yellow's way, but not for long, because Red is here helping with all his might and moving just in time. You can also see that Lyra is already through to Heroic, looking at the boar. And just saying that they should hurt ArF. Okay, this definitely means that Fox has to retreat, so I'm not really sure if those Ancestors were worth it, but we'll see in the login game. At the same time, Fox is taking second TC, and as I expected, ArF was quick to jump to Hephaestus, and that's 15-minute mythic time, and, well, that's going to be very difficult for them. Okay, so this is resolved, and on the left, ArF is single-handedly holding Rangers and J4 at the same time. And right now, you can see what's coming up. A ton of Myrmidons. And he is also being careful about the water. That's a good play, because this TC is in range. So once some siege ships are coming in, this TC won't be safe for J4. Pretty sweet play. Just gonna take a quick look at here at the top. That's green raiding around, trying to find some release, but being repelled, so not in luck. And yeah, Myrmidons are being prepared. But this is really 2 versus 1 so far. But Mythical Zeus is pretty strong, so he should actually be able to defend by himself for at least a moment. And we see some nice board raiding from Lyra. That's going to be a TC down for Rangers, because no army is there. And J4 just saying that he will Ragnarok instantly, and he has flaming weapons. And we'll see the fun of that. But if ArF is able to amass enough Myrmidons, that could be not a good deal for J4 to cast the Ragnarok right there, because those guys are super strong. Here we have already 4 guys coming in on Colossi, so that will be J4 at less TCs, and once he goes Ragnarok, he will be all together without pop. And he is biding his time just now. 5 Colossi, and more probably coming. Oh, not yet, but soon anyway. The Bars and a bit of purple army is just coming onto Rangers, but they don't know he's so close to advancing into hell. Oh, rather Hecate. Come on, can they do it? Can they do it? Yeah, definitely now. Oh wow, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Come on. DC is down. Is he down? Is he down in time? Yes, it is. And that's toast for Rangers. And a very sweet timing. Come on, come on. Yeah. 3 seconds. 3%. maybe 3 seconds just before, and very sweet play from ArF to help him, because if he didn't, then that upgrade would have went through, and right now those Colossi with a bit of this army, that's going to wreck Rangers altogether. And he will be out of everything, out of TCs, out of pop, so he'll be pretty much out of the game. Ah, that's pretty sweet Artarian gate. Here from the red, and that's making life difficult for Fox, and at the same time Fox isn't really doing enough. He just now trying to take his 30C, that's kinda slowish, and kinda shame that Lyre is not seeing this. Well, a lot of blue here, trying to retake a Ranger's army base for himself. Right now, yellow is in it to help, and well, they will have to be a bit careful ARFs here, because ArF's Myrmidons are cool, but not enough to stand against those chariots. And Rangers just now trying to say that the game is not looking good. Well, he's pretty much out of it. You can see a lot of those different colored dots than dots would like in their base, taking all kind of damage. At the same time, we see Torgale going for Titan Gate, and in the middle, Fox is trying to help, but not really convincingly. He's just bottlenecking his guys, and that's all he's doing right now. Not sure what this play is, but I would expect him to attack on Lyre kinda soon. But you can see once ArF takes extra TCs, he'll be even strong those, and well... Okay then, J4's last Hail Mary is in with those Heroes of Ragnarok. Are they somehow upgraded? Yeah, pretty decently. And he has flamey weapons, right? Yeah, he has flamey weapons, so that's probably going to be coming in quite soon. And we can see on the minimap that J4 already lost his third TC on the left, and that's because of some attack from ArF, so maybe some Colossi, but this is a more important battle, so I'm just gonna have to stay here and see what happens. Right now ArF has to pump in some units, otherwise this underworld passage will be gone, and it will be gone because ArF is retreating with his Willies to make some base at the back and basically giving up on his underworld passage, hoping that he can make some presence known just by the virtue of his normal units. But I'm not really sure that's going to work, especially looking at this army here. At the same time, at the top, J4 was trying to take down the Titan very unsuccessfully, that has to be said, and Torgale is going to wreck some enemies quite soon. Okay, some Heroes of Ragnarok coming into Red's base, but they will be just dead meat due to all this army. But Torgale is losing TC to another batch of those guys, so let's got Torgale out of 2 TCs out of the blue. And at the same time on the right, well, nothing much going on, but Lyre already massing some army to take this TC, and if he's successful, that would be Fox at just 2. Well, that would be a hard time for him. Anyway, ArF's attempt to make a back base is not successful. This Pegasus is just trying to see what's happening here. And those guys just biding their time. Not really sure what they went in for, but anyway, those C-chips are keeping this TC off J4's hands. That's pretty sweet play, but looking at Red's base, there's a whole lot of deal. Still those guys not dying. And where did the Titan go? Did he already die to all those Heroes of Ragnarok? No, he's there at the middle of the map. Right now Lyre going for flaming weapons when he secured DC from Rangers. But this doesn't really seem like it will stay. He doesn't have enough push here. But on the right, does he have it? Yeah, he does. Because Fox cannot be at 2 places at once, and once he's in Rangers' base and in the middle, he can't really have enough. So there's DC down, and if Lyre can take it, I think he will be going back there. Or is he continuing with his flaming weapons and pushing the advantage? Well, looking how he has Hell, that wouldn't be really wise to cast against a Negi, but maybe to help his teammates, that could work. Looking right back at the middle here, so what's going on? That's some kind of little army left from the Heroes of Ragnarok, where Thorgil is trying to take his 30C back, kinda successfully it seems. So this is not really dangerous. Another standing batch of guys, and well, where are those guys going? For the last Thorgil's TC that is standing at this moment. So Thorgil got it pretty bad, and hell, or rather, Nidhogg here. Oh, that's probably the correct place, because those guys cannot hit him, and his Paspists are coming in to wreck those Heroes of Ragnarok. But still, they could be taking this TC down, and well, just trying to kill those extra willies from Red, making his life difficult. He is down, yes, as expected, but it cost J4 a lot of heroes, and pretty much all of it, I think, once those blue guys finish their job. In the middle, Red has retaken his TC and is starting to rebuild quite successfully, while on the left, ArF is pretty much wrecking J4 altogether, getting everything he has, with the help of the Red Titan, of course. So that's J4 kinda wiped out of the map, because once those guys at the top die, he has a very limited army, if any. And yep, they recognize that it's a GG, because also on the right, Leor is definitely winning, and very sweet job. That fast mythic from ArF is, I think, what decided this game. And this was a very good one. Nicely played, and GG right there. And yes, definitely, that was the defining moment, as I said, that once you deprive the ISIS of its first Migdol, or at least delay it, which Lyor did, then it's pretty nicely in the back for the attacking team most of the time. So let's look at the postgame. ArF as an MVP, wouldn't think otherwise. As one of the top players, probably the best in this whole lineup. We could see here, and literally best and rocking in everything. And even resource distributed, sending to his teammates. Well, good job right there. ArF MVP. No upgrades from Fox. That's kind of unexpected as an ISIS. And, well, I guess, let's go for the second game. ArF really playing very well, running away from everyone. Lyre also pretty decent game. And, well, didn't go well for Dots.